Good evening, I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching, it is appreciated. There appears to be some moves towards unity on specific issues between Restore Britain and Reform UK as outsider parties tackling the establishment. And this is welcome, and it's in the wake of the assassination of Reform UK spokesperson and former Tory minister Ann Widdecombe. And this is what I want to get into. It's about security and the threats that our politicians face. And there's a few different schools of thought regarding the protection that our elected officials get. The first is that the state provides all protection and it should be tailored specifically to the unique circumstances of political parties in this United Kingdom. The second is that some MPs get a base level, some MPs get more, and cabinet ministers get more, and the Prime Minister gets the most. And then finally, it's all privately funded either through political donations to private parties and private gifts, like Nigel Farage received, and he says that he's been using it for security. Now, the unity that I'm seeing comes in the wake of the press conference that Zaidan Yusuf had today from Reform UK and what Rupert Lowe put out recently. So I'm going to bring out the tweet that Rupert Lowe put out first of all. So this is the tweet that Rupert Lowe put out. I have tabled a motion in Parliament calling for a review to the security available to MPs. Any MP from any party who faces serious risk should have protection. This goes for Corbyn, Reform, the Tories, Labour, Greens, whoever. I'm seeking cross-party support for this action. So Rupert Lowe and Restore Britain seems to be yielding towards the first train of thought that security should be case-by-case basis, dependent on the profile and the likelihood of an attack on a political figure. And this is mirroring what Zai Yusuf put out in the press conference earlier on today. And this is in the wake of all the death threats and threats of attack that Nigel Farage does get. He does get them. He's probably the most high-profile politician in that parliament. And it doesn't help when you have political opponents on the left using very, very aggressive language, likening people on the right to mid-century Germans or fascists, and treating us as non-human, essentially. That doesn't help. And you always see this level of aggression from the left. I've seldom seen it from the right in the same way. Remember, the security package that Farage had was reduced about 75% days after the assassination of Charlie Kirk in the United States. The Labour government and Keir Starmer likely thought they were being funny. This isn't a laughing matter. This isn't funny. I'm willing to defeat my political opponents at a ballot box on the weight of the arguments and the strength of rhetoric in a battle of ideas. I want more conversation, more discourse, and effectively you may get to an area of agreement where you can reach a consensus. So we're going to get into this story now. This is on the back of a guy apparently being arrested after saying he's going to take out Farage if he wins the next general election. This is the story. A man has been arrested for an alleged threat about Reform UK leader Nigel Farage made on a social media post. The arrest relates to a post made on X, which was reported to police on 8th of May and the day after the local elections. The Met Police said that they had a man in his 30s arrested in South London on Tuesday this week on suspicion of sending threatening communications to a Member of Parliament. He has been bailed pending further inquiries. The arrest came 6 days after the Reform UK spokesperson Ann Widdecombe was murdered, assassinated, allegedly, in her Devon home. Counter-terror police are investigating the death. The Parliamentary Liaison and Investigation Team informed Farage of the arrest on Wednesday. Farage said this is the first time the police have ever proactively acted on a social media post, and I hope they are looking into at the other 3 or 400 similar posts in this year alone. Like it or not, he is probably the most targeted politician currently in the House of Commons. As Restore Britain begins to build a profile and as they begin to get more traction in the media and in the polls, you can be rest assured that Rupert Lowe will need to get his security detail upgraded as well. And the question becomes, as I previously mentioned, should the taxpayer be footing the bill? Should it be a combination of state funded and privately funded? Or should it be privately funded by members of the party and personal donations? Comment below, let me know. I'm leaning towards the Reform UK approach and the Restore Britain approach, where do you think it should be entirely coordinated with the state, provided by the state on a case-by-case basis? But I digress. Let's have a look now. The arrest was first reported in the Daily Telegraph newspaper, which said that the social media posts warned Farage, "I will shoot you in the head if you win." Completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. It wouldn't be accepted for any political figure on the left, and this should be the same. Police told Farage it could take several weeks to examine digital devices they had seized. Earlier on Wednesday, Reform UK Home Affairs spokesperson said that if the party was in government, it would provide round-the-clock protection for all MPs. Announcing the proposed policy at a press conference, Zahir Yusuf also said Farage lives under the eye of the ever-present threat of mortal danger, and those who question his needs for security should stop. I actually agree. Remember the milkshaking incident last year or the year before? That could have been any corrosive fluid. He didn't know what was in the cup. Nobody should have to deal with that. Nobody. And then you look at what happened when he was campaigning. I think it was in local elections last year, where people were throwing rocks and bricks at the Reform battle bus. Again, it's completely unacceptable. You can hate Reform UK, you can disagree with their politics, but to actually do physical violence and damage to property and people, no, I don't want to win that way. If you cannot win on the strength of your arguments, you do not deserve to win. You let me know. Do you think this is going to be a consensus point between Reform UK and Restore Britain? Do you think it's deserved? Do you think it's warranted? Do you take a different view? All ideas are on the table here, but this is decent. This is the sign that some things are bigger than party politics. When you're dealing with the personal safety and lives of people in public life, they do deserve protection. We all deserve the same protection, to be honest. Those who put ourselves above the parapet need to be aware of that. I've had some experience with people tapping me on the shoulder in the streets or recognising me in the street saying, "Have you got a YouTube channel? I love your stuff. I love your work. Thank you for what you were doing." However, one of these days, it could be someone tapping me on the shoulder and punching me in the face because they don't like my channel. It could be somebody following me home, putting my family, putting my friends at risk simply because of my political views. That's never acceptable. Violence is never the answer. Now, if you like this video and you think I'm onto something making me aware, like and subscribe, do all that great stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. You have a good day.